Okay. Now we're recording. So like I was saying, I wanted to kind of just go over a recap for everyone to kind of understand, because me promoting literally I was just like going crazy about the compensation plan. Like I was like, I need to know, how, I mean, of course we read it and we're just like, yeah, I know we get the 4LCs, 3DTs, and that's it. But I just never knew how lucrative this business is until like you really start going up in ranks and things like that. So that was something I really wanted to kind of go over in the compensation plan, that I think that a lot of us don't even realize about it. And I think it's because we don't see those ranks right then and there. Like I know even with Diamond, before I was Diamond, I wasn't looking at the compensation plan and seeing how lucrative it was. But when you look at the compensation plan and you see how it opens up and things like that, it's like you want to run to Diamond, because it's just so much money that opens up, and you're just like, I didn't know I get paid just for doing this and doing that. And it's just like the little things with Diamond and above that as soon as you hit those ranks, it's like you're literally getting paid just to keep doing what you're doing, basically. So yeah, that was a few things I wanted to go over. And if anyone just had any specific questions they wanted me to answer, then of course I'll answer those too. So yeah, so I will open the floor. I know that Kayla, you had a question that you have put in the group.
I have one.
Okay. Who said they have one?
Me.
Me. I can't see. Which one said it?
Deidre.
Is it you, Deidre?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just didn't know who it was that said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your question?
I just want to, maybe this goes out to everybody, but I'm trying to figure out new ways to attract distributors. Because the cold messaging is nice, but I've had like 3 or 4 distributors in the last 2 months who were supposed to sign up, who just like went MIA. So I'm trying to find a creative ways to keep them like connected, like in a sense. Like even I have one now. She was supposed to sign up on Monday. She was like Tuesday. Tuesday I called her, nothing. We texted a little bit this morning, and then just goes like MIA. Do I like fall back off of distributors like that, or do I stay? Because I just remember like how long it took me to be a distributor. Like I waited almost a year. So right. I don't know how to, I'm trying to figure out like in the in-between stage, how you like keep them connected, or do you just let them go and then let them kind of like come back, I guess?
Right. I mean, I know personally with me, just like heck, thinking about, how it was with you and me, like, of course I will message you those couple of times and say, hey, how's things going? Just trying to check up on you, because clearly I'm quite sure that if I'm messaging you, then you probably know she probably talking about, being a distributor again. So,
but I always responded, and it seems like other people don't, and I'm like,
I think for the ones that really don't respond, I literally just, I just say, once I've already sent out the, hey, did I offend you script, then, and they still don't, say anything, or they just leave me on scene, I literally just say, you know what, I know they'll come back when they're ready. Because it just seems like we're spending too much time on, like people who just aren't. Because hey, what if we're sitting here pursuing this person so much, and then they come in and do nothing. So it's like,
right.
So I would definitely say, like, once you've already kind of like contacted her, she's giving you a date, and then she still goes on that date, I would literally just say, I would probably even message her and say, hey, I'm gonna give you some time. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. Just contact me. So then that way, at least she'll kind of feel, I wouldn't say she would feel some type of way, but at least she would just know that while you're still posting and stuff, and she sees you, you know, other stuff. Hi. When she sees you talking, you know, about the business and stuff, then I think that, you know, it's just going to be naturally, you know, it's going to come in when she feels like she's ready. Because I've literally learned over these 3 years that it's so not smart to keep pushing people, because that's when, you know, they just crash.
And that's what I'm concerned about. Because, like, I have two mindsets. Like, half of me is like, okay, let them go, wait. And then the other half of me is like, bring them in the business, because you have to go through, like, you know, you got to kiss like 8 frogs before you find your prince. So I'm always like, I know I have to go through a few DTs before I find gold. So I'm always like, I'm bringing in anybody, you know, like, that's how I'm thinking about it. But like some people, but some people I do feel like I'm pestering, because I had one girl, I realized last night when I was completing my April go sheet, I realized that I had followed up with some like distributors like 5 or 6 times. Like 5 or 6 times. I mean, like, phone calls, you know, messaging. And so I'm like, am I doing too much? Like, or because I might be missing out on the good distributors.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's literally a hit or miss, because I think that I even when I had first came in, you know, I wouldn't even say I didn't even hit a strong distributor from my personal road until I think 2 or 3 months in the business. But then even then, a lot of them had fell off too. So it literally just took some time to, like I said, go through, because you can, I think it's also a numbers game too, because I know Alina always says that you can enroll 10 people, but only like 5 or 4 are going to actually do something.
Right.
So and that's why it's like, so I get what you're saying, where you're like, okay, you know, just, you know, let them come
bring them in.
ready.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I can, because like I love your concept so much on how you were kind of discussing the way to build is to just keep rebuilding, like placing distributors under weak distributors. So that's why I'm like, my mindset is like, harass everybody, bring them in, and then just keep like building, because I just don't want to miss out. Like, I don't want to shut people out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, you know, cut people short in a sense. Like, they really might want it, but maybe they don't have the money, or they're scared, so they're not responding. Like, I don't really know, because I like was supposed to call one distributor at 6:45. And she never gave me her number, so I was like, you're gonna make me call you on Facebook, but I'm gonna let you slide. So I called my I talked to my 7:45 and everything. As a matter of fact, it was Brianna Stewart, and she mentioned you a little bit. Yeah, so I'm trying to bring her in, but again, she's like one of those. I know, that's what I'm like.
I had Alina talk to her, and if Alina didn't get through with her, yeah, I would not.
Okay, so I won't spend too much time on her. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 followers. But she said she's interested. She's like, I definitely want something new. She mentioned that you reached out to her, and she said that she doesn't think she was ready. She said it was something like a paycheck mix-up, but she said she honestly thinks that maybe it just wasn't the time. So I'm like, does that mean that now is the time?
Right. I hope so. I hope.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, like, for real, some of my distributors, I'm like, I see you posting, I'm screenshotting it, like, I've gotten so real lately. Like, you can ask Kayla, I send her messages all the time. Like, I'd be like, so did you get my message? Are you signing up? And these are like comments I'm leaving under their pictures, because at this point I'm kind of like, if I was Jesus, would you ignore me? No.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm just like,
I think seriously, what the funny thing with me is, like, in the beginning of the month, I just start to strategize and even figure out who is my potentials, and then I'll contact them, but then I'll leave them alone. And it's funny, because as soon as I even think in my mind, like, dang, like, I really don't have any potentials for this month, until I like start messaging again. Just random people who were interested come out of nowhere. So I think that, writing those people down, messaging them, and then kind of, you know, giving them their own time. I seriously think that they'll come. They just probably won't come at our time, like today. So meaning if we're giving them a time limit, that's why I always have open enrollment from now to the 15th to show that it's like, not necessarily on my time, but it's better for you to come in between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So then you have, so much more time. So yeah,
and you know what, I actually forgot about that. And so this month, I don't want to take too much time because I want everybody else to get their time, but I think that like we got to remember to push that, because I've never talked to my distributors about that, like the 1st or the 15th thing, and I forgot about it. And I was like, that is where I think I fell off. Like after my 3rd month, I stopped doing the 1st or the 15th heavy DT promoting. So like I was like, that's why I don't have a lot of potential, because I think I just completely, like, I was mixing matching. I was just like, you look like a good distributor, you look like an LC. Like I wasn't even doing the 1st to the 5th. I was the 27th, the 30th. Like I don't care. Like so I think I forgot about that, like the whole 1st to the 15th.
Yeah, ever since Alina told me a long time ago, I was just like, all right, I'm definitely going to start doing that, just because it just gives me enough of time to go ahead and, be able to chart people. So then that way we literally have 15 days to go heavy on the volume. And then if any LCs come in, during that 1st or the 15th, it's perfect, because then you can, start placing it, where it needs to be. So yeah.
Okay, I have a crying baby, so that's the end thing.
All right. Okay, Latrice, I saw you said, give examples of identifying potential and of messaging potential DTs. Can you clarify, Latrice?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had you on. I couldn't hear anything. You were on mute. All I saw was your lips. I'm sorry.
You said give examples of identifying.
Okay, so I hear everyone saying, okay, I got potential DTs. So, not just clarity for me, but there might be somebody else that wants clarity that just doesn't want to ask. Well, not they don't want to ask, but basically, so you're
who is a potential.
Yeah, like you're identifying DTs. So I know they went heavy on forming a relationship. So my question is, are these people that you have messaged before? Are you cold messaging? Are you just looking at their page and saying, oh, they would make a good one, and then you just send them one message? Like, how do you go about, I guess you were saying, swooping in and scooping them into the whole, do you want to be a distributor? Because I think I need to switch my mindset, because most of the time my mindset is I'm looking for a potential customer. So how are you separating a customer from a DT? Because my whole focus all month is messaging or forming a relationship to get a customer. So should we start with them as a DT or a customer? Is that clear? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, I mean, I know personally, like I said, through the 1st and the 15th, I'm not even thinking about customers, because, or unless I'm trying to help someone get fast start qualified, then yes, I am. But, usually the 1st and the 15th, I'm only thinking about, the business side. So I'm only thinking about, if they contact me and they text me info, okay, that means they want info about the business. They don't want info about the products. And then do you use the thing that that Fallon had said about the 3 rule, where you're asking about retail, customer, or distributor? Because I know that that's something that some people have done that.
Oh, like when they say they're interested in buying the product, and then you basically tell them you have 3 ways to purchase. You can be a loyal customer, you can be or be a distributor or retail. Right. Yeah, right. 3 options.
Yeah, because I think that is a way how some people get a lot of distributors. I know that Crystal was saying that she doesn't even give the retail option. She literally goes from you want to be a customer, or do you want to get paid, and get the same prices as the customer, so then that way that kind of like shifts their mindset where they're like, oh, I guess I could kind of get paid, to use the products and stuff.
I think a lot of times too, I think I have to change my mindset as well, because sometimes, I'm not saying I'm being consistent with using those 3 options, because sometimes when they contact me, when they started being iffy about their budget, I'm kind of like thinking for them and saying, well, if they're like being iffy about spending $33, how am I going to add 99 to the 33? So I don't even throw that option out there. And sometimes I'm analyzing their thinking, and they're like, okay, they're not going to want to put 99 out. They probably ain't got it, but I can't think in that mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, like that's one thing that, I really had to change too, because just even given the option of boosting the kit, like it's a lot of, new distributors that came in and boost their kit. And that's why they give that option when you're enrolling that distributor. And the reason why they're boosting their kit is because you're telling them, like, right off back, okay, yes, you can go in and you can, wrap those 4 people and get your $100 back. But then also too, why don't you just go ahead and get one product that you know that you want to use? So then that way, once you get that product, once you get your box and you're in that one product, you can go ahead and say, I already got, my hair, skin, and nails, and it's time for me to go ahead and, do a challenge. So join me. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people who have came in, they've boost their kit with Target Trio, hair, skin, and nails, just things like that, because it's just so much better to come in with products. Now, of course, with some people, it is kind of hard to get people to boost their kit because they're kind of even crying about the 99. But I think that, once we kind of tell them that it's more of a business decision rather than, you're just spending all this money to come in the business, because literally the people who I know who have boosted their kit are just way more successful. And it's like, I tell them, like, I didn't, and I kind of wish I did. And it was because as soon as I finished wrapping those 4 people, all 4 people that I had wrapped was like, so have you tried it? Have you tried anything? And I'm like, yeah, no, I haven't tried anything. So it just didn't look right. Like, it just didn't look right. So I just think that it's just so lucrative for them to come in with their own product, and then they're still getting the $100, but then they're also having their own product to go ahead and say, like, I'm using this, things like that.
Right.
Another great thing is these loyal customers. All loyal customers are literally, especially in our loyal customer group now, I mean, the way that they talk in that loyal customer group, it's like, I literally want to comment on all the people who post their results and say, just go ahead and be a distributor. Like, you're getting these bomb results, just go ahead and do it. Because then that way you're already there. So if you're already getting results, because actually Peaches, she's not up there because she doesn't get up till 9, but she was an LC at first, and then she was super, super, super duper scared. I don't think she boosted her kit, but she came in and literally got, I believe, like 10 customers in her, hi Audrey, okay. She literally got 10 customers in like her first 2 days. And it was because she just posted about her hair, skin, and nails when she was a loyal customer. And people were just boom, boom, boom. So that's what I always tell, anyone that's a potential from a loyal customer. Like, look, where's your results that you got when you were a loyal customer and using these products? Or sometimes the loyal customers say, I still have products on hand. And I'm like, boom, why don't you use those products to, go ahead and give it to someone. And then that way you have those coins in your pocket too, on top of what you're already about to get in your kit.
Right.
So loyal customers, I would definitely say, because I know all of you guys can get loyal customers. So all those loyal customers that you have sitting in that that loyal customer group, I would jump on them and literally say, like, hey, you're posting about your results and how great the products are. why don't you go ahead and get paid for it? So, so yeah, that's definitely a huge factor, I would definitely say, in terms of, you know, getting the distributors and just kind of saying, like, just use, you know, from the loyal customer standpoint, and then from the DT standpoint, I just think it's huge to boost your kit, not because I want you to spend a whole bunch of money. It's because I want you to have your results on hand as soon as you get your kit.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you say? I know from your standpoint, and for everyone else's, you know, general information, what do you feel like your percentage of DTs are coming from? Are they just instant people that like see your post, or are they people that you reached out to, or they're loyal customers that you transition, or it's a mix?
I literally think it's a mix. My couple of the newer distributors that came in March, just like Jalen, which I know she's up here, but I don't know where she's at. I don't know which one she's at. But she came from my husband, his best friend's fiance had posted about she wanted to be a stripper or something, because basically she was saying she was tired of working. So I comment on her post, and I was like, just go ahead and be a rap girl. And Jalen saw that I had comment, you know, about that, and she messaged me. So just something as simple as just randomly commenting on someone's page is huge, because you never know who's watching. Like I didn't even know who Jalen is. I'm quite sure she probably knew my husband, because I think they all went to school together. But it's just like that little connection of me just commenting saying, girl, just be a rap girl. And the funny thing is, even though she's not a rap girl yet, like she had came to Audrey's party this weekend and was like, I'm 60% there. I was like, girl, you know, you gave me Jalen, right? So it was just like, I, you know, it just that huge connection with that. And then also it's a couple people that I had already kind of messaged and knew beforehand. So, and I just was continuing to plant seeds.
So when you message, do you generally just say, hey, would you be interested in joining the business? Or, hey, you make it personal. I've seen you, blah, 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 and I think you could fit this in. Or, I mean, like generally, how do you?
I mean, sometimes I do use the scripts of, you know, I'm strategizing my dream team, or the one where it was like, that Fallon has sent about, being scared, like
when your big girl panties on.
Right, yeah, that one. Or what I've literally been doing when I message people now is, hey hon, how are you? And then I just
wait
go
for them to
from
respond.
there. Yeah, because I just don't want them to keep saying that they've seen this message before. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I really want to just start to change it up, so it's more of like, I'm not about to pester you and you don't have to read this long message to, you know, see it.
Okay, but those are generally people that you've messaged several before, that you just following up with, that you don't want to send a huge message to. You'll just say, hey, how are you?
No, these are even random people. Like a girl had messaged me, not messaged me, she had liked my picture, and she liked a picture about the opportunity, and I
okay.
How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, I think I need to focus on one or the other, because I'm like,
yeah, that's why the first on Facebook helps, because the first to the 15th, like I didn't even really want to talk about BOGO. Like BOGO was like the last thing on my mind, because I'm so focused right now on bringing in more distributors. So I probably only posted about 2 or 3 times about BOGO. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I really wasn't even pressed to even get a customer for BOGO, because I'm not even focused on getting a customer right now. Now, I'm focused on getting distributors. So you're going to see me posting I might even get a video with me and Musa together. Like I'm just trying to find all these like tactics on how, you know, I did it. So, just customers just aren't like, of course, if someone texts me or say that they want products, I'm not going to back down from them. But I'm just gonna say like, girl, so do you rather be, would you rather be getting paid for it instead of, becoming a customer? So
Okay. Yeah, I think what I mean by focusing is like I'm putting a lot of time, I'm trying to work Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So I probably need to dedicate one day to Facebook and a day to Instagram instead of trying to.
I mean, it's whatever works for you. I've been more social on Facebook because I just think that on Facebook you can just post a random post and just say, just like the post about who's really scared to do what I do because of fear. Like I can get, all those people commenting and liking that. Whereas with Instagram, I had to post a picture to say something.
Yeah.
So I've really been, on Facebook a whole lot more. Just even, and then sometimes I won't even talk about it works. I literally just talk about Audrey or, my husband or, just things like that. Just trying to find ways where people can still relate to me. And then of course they can still, see that I'm still doing my business, but I'm just still trying to be relatable with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm taking everybody's time. I'm done, I guess.
You're fine. All right. Any other questions before I hit on the comp plan?
Sir, anything I say can and will be used against me.
Yeah.
Kayla, what's that face?
Right.
Are you making that face because of me? Like, what's up? Or you got a question?
No.
Oh, no. Girl.
With your cute self. Go ahead.
Emerald.
I'm trying to hear about that comp plan.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. I know you about that money, Kayla. You about that cash flow.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so, all right. So let me go ahead and share my screen and just kind of show you how I even get there for the newbies. Okay. Okay, so for the newbies, what you do is you would, when you first log into your eSuite, you go to your document library, and then literally the first of the third, well, the first tab basically would be the It Works Pay, then the commissions payment, then it would be compensation plan. So you just click download, and which I've already downloaded. So can you guys see the comp plan, or do you still see my, here, let's see if I can change it. Let's see if I stop share and then click share screen. Okay, here it is. All right. Okay, so I'm not gonna read it verbatim, literally, because I don't want us to be up here to the break of dawn. But I'm just gonna quickly just go over it really quickly. The main points of what I started seeing in this comp plan. So, of course, for the newbies, this is, your first 30 days. You basically, of course, want to always figure out what BV is, because I get this question all the time. What is BV? BV is literally the bonus volume of each product that we have. So wraps is 54, hair, skin, and nails is 30, things like that. And then personal bonus volume is your personal like customers that you receive, and if you keep, and then if you do any auto shipments or your retail customer orders, that is your personal. Now your group volume, so you know how sometimes when I say 400 in GV, that's what GV means. It means that if you have a distributor under you, that means that you can use their volume too, so it's equaling up to everyone's group volume. All right. So this is pretty, verbatim. Everyone knows that once you get your first 2 loyal customers, you get a wrap reward. So that means that you get a box of wraps for $25 instead of the $59. And then you can get a facial for $59 too. So it's either or with those. Now, fast start qualification. This is huge on so many levels. And the first reason why it's huge is because when you become Fast Start qualified, you unlock these unlimited $100 cash bonuses. So how to get Fast Start qualified? You come in, you bring, let's talk about you first. So you're the distributor. You've already purchased your business builder kit. And if you accumulate 150 PBV, so PBV again is your retail customer orders, your personal loyal customer orders, or any orders that you place, or if you set up your ADBV. Now, when they say process, let's just say you came in March, and you don't process your auto shipment until your 30 days. As long as it's set up to ADBV, then you're good in terms of getting Fast Start qualified. And then that last step is to enroll 2 qualified active loyal customers. So when they say qualified, that means that they can't share an address with another distributor or loyal customer. And that also includes you. They can't share an address with you. They pretty much have to be that only person in the household being a customer. So I know I got a question about someone wanted to sign up, and they were just pretty much like, okay, well, I think my boyfriend or something is a distributor too. And sorry, Audrey just spilled my food. So basically it's easier to just remember that a qualified active loyal customer is someone who doesn't share an address with anyone else. And of course, when you bring in your own distributors, this is where it gets lucrative. So let's just say, for example, you get your first distributor today, and your goal for them personally, of course, they want to be Fast Start qualified because 1, they get the wrap reward for $25, and then 2, this unlocks the bonuses for them so that when they get their own distributors, they help them do all 3 of these steps, meaning they've already purchased their business builder kit, they've set up their ADBV auto shipment, and then they've gotten their 2 loyal customers. Then boom, they're Fast Start qualified, and you get that $100 cash bonus. And then same thing for if they brought in their own distributor. Okay, so I don't know if I really want to talk. I will talk about compression. So I know just for the newbies, this wouldn't really, well, it could kind of apply to you guys. So let's just say, for example, you bring in your mother, and your mother doesn't work. You're basically building your mother, and then she just is like, okay, you know what? I don't know if I want to do this anymore. So instead of her canceling her account, or even if she does cancel her account, we're thankful for compression because let's just say you still want to use her, but you end up just putting another distributor under her just to get that group volume. Compression will pull it up. So instead of her getting a check, it'll compress to you and you'll be getting paid for it. So we're very, very, very thankful for compression because, you know, just in case that distributor just isn't working out and they don't, you know, want to do the business anymore, or if they're just kind of in their own world, compression brings them back up. It brings it back up and you're getting paid at the first level again. All right. So of course, everyone's goal is to promote. And, you know, I'm not going to go too much over Executive, Ruby, and Emerald. Well, we'll go over a little bit of Emerald. So I know I had a question earlier today. They were saying, like, I wanted to keep my own LCs. And I'm like, the only reason, if you're planning to promote, you don't want to keep all of your LCs. And it's because, you know that in order to get to, let's just say, for example, Executive, you need Sally and John at 400 as a qualified leg. So 400 in group volume. So it's just more lucrative for you to do that because not only the levels, but let's see, okay, it doesn't show you, but you're basically just you're still getting paid that 10%. And then if you put it under a distributor that you personally enrolled, you're getting an extra 5%. So right here, looking at Executive, let's say you put an LC under Sally, who was on your first level. And so Executive looks like this. So this will be Sally on your first level. You're still getting the 10% from the customer, and you're still getting the 5% because this is your personally enrolled. So you're still getting that 15%. So you're not losing out on that customer at all. Now, the reason why it starts getting really, really, really lucrative in Emerald is because you get an extra level. So sometimes, I know personally, probably when I went Emerald, I don't think I was on level 6 just yet, but just in case you have distributors who are just signing up their own distributors and you're getting to people who are in level 6, it's just more lucrative because you get an extra 2% on all those people under you. So let's just go to the fun part. All right, so the fun part is going diamond and above. So I hope I'm not boring you guys, but the compensation is just so lucrative because of diamond and above. So let's just say, you go diamond this month. So looking at this is your first generation. So every check, you'll always see first generation, which means it's all of your group volume. And so you're getting an extra 2% off of that. So you're already getting paid from all the orders and things like that that's under you, but you're getting an extra 2% just because. So that's just something that's just like super lucrative because you're getting paid already for it, but then they're giving you an extra 2% on top of it. So, and then of course, double diamond, it goes the same way. You're still getting that 2% from your volume, but then now they're bringing you into a second generation. So second generation basically means with double diamond, you need a diamond under you. So that diamond, so let's just use my husband. So since I just went double diamond, with my husband's volume, he had so much volume that it's just like I'm still getting the 2%, but then I'm getting 4% from him. And then since he's my personally enrolled, I'm getting an extra 5%. So I'm getting 9% of his volume just because you get to that rank. So that's why it's just so lucrative to get to diamond and above, because as you see, it just keeps going. Triple diamond, once you bring in those extra diamonds, things just start opening up in money. And then of course, I don't have to like really look at the things, but I do want to go over the diamond bonus. So diamond bonus, for example, this is something I think that everybody would kind of want. And so let's just say, you go diamond, and we used to call it cabs, but now they just call it diamond bonuses. So when you go diamond, and anyone that you enroll after you go diamond, you'll get an extra $80 in your actual check. So let's just say Susie that you just brought in, she gets Fast Start qualified. And so you know that you get the $100 for Fast Start qualification, but then you get an extra $80 just because they got Fast Start qualified. Now, I wish that they paid out with Fast Start bonus time, like, because every time you get a Fast Start bonus, you get it on, either the Thursday or Friday, but they pay that out in your check. So it just makes your check a little bit more lucrative. So it keeps going. Once you get to double diamond, you'll get $80 plus the 40. Then once you get to triple, you'll get 80, 40, 15. So it's just so much more lucrative once you get to diamond, because the compensation plan just opens up so much more. And I hope I'm not scaring anyone, but just to basically show you that even if you're new coming in, this should always be your goal, is to go diamond and above, simply because you're getting paid money. You're getting paid the same amount of effort that you're putting in. So like the same amount of group volume that I would have if I'm an emerald, I'm getting paid an extra 2% just for going diamond. So that's why they have taken away all of the ruby bonuses and any bonus that's under diamond, they took it away, because it's way more lucrative to have that bonus at diamond and then all of these payouts that you're getting. So that's pretty much what I want to go through really quickly. And then the maintenance chart is huge too, because just starting at ruby, usually what I like to tell people, ruby and emerald is like a hit or miss, but with diamond, I don't want anyone, I was just telling one of my sideline sisters, because she was saying that she had a couple of girls who were trying to aim for diamond, but their group volume was not at 10,000. And I was like, I would never let any of you go diamond if your group volume isn't at 10,000. And it's because that next month, like, let's just say you can pretty much go diamond with 8,000 in volume. But if you do not have that 10,000, you're going to be struggling that next month to maintain. So what was the point of going diamond? So that is why I think it's so much more smarter to go each rank when you have that certain amount of volume, that it's easier for you to maintain that next month. Because just like with Double Diamond, I was not going to go Double Diamond if I did not have more than 25,000, because I'm not about to sit here and, you know, get to a rank and then lose it that next month. And that's what happened to a lot of people, not only on our team, but just in general. And so they got these big bonuses and they don't even have it anymore because they lost their rank. So it's just so much smarter to go when you have this actual volume. And then for those who are saying that they're having a really, really, really hard time even just getting a distributor in general, and if you don't have any distributors under you, we do have a loyal customer bonus. And there actually has been a couple of people I know in the Millionaires Academy, which I don't think a lot of you guys are in, but who've gotten this bonus where basically all you have to do is just get 60 qualified loyal customers. And then once you'll probably have more than 3,000 in personal BV, but they'll give you a $600 check on top of your check. So that's just like a regular bonus. And so this is paid out every month that both of these requirements are met. So this could just be a Ruby bonus pretty much. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly kind of just go through this comp plan and just show you guys just how lucrative it is. I can't wait for them to update this income disclosure just to show you, just to show how the numbers have changed. And so I do kind of want you guys to see too with this income disclosure that, have you guys ever looked at the highs and the lows? So like, just for example, a distributor, the highest that a distributor has ever made is 3,800. And of course, I mean, the lowest is $1, but the high, like I look at these high, monthly averages and I'm just like, Jesus, like, so at executive, there's some executives that have made $4,200 in a paycheck. So it's literally, your check is determined upon the volume that's in your check. Same thing for Ruby. Like, I can't even believe that a Ruby has made $5,387. I was about to show you guys my check, and it definitely wasn't no $5,000 for Ruby. And so, yeah, so I would really just, look at these things and not only let them be your motivation, but just to see that this is possible to do. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease and, it's able, you're able to really get this once you just start to really understand the compensation plan and how they're paying us, for not even really doing much. So that's why I'm happy that we did start talking about distributors, because of course, going up in ranks, we do need distributors, but your check can also be lucrative just having the distributors. I mean, I'm not distributors, the volume. And I'm going to share my screen one more time and let you guys look at this. Okay. So when I first went executive, really quickly, I just want to show you guys the difference. So you know how they have for executive, the monthly average is 231. So when I got this check, when I first went executive, I was like, I had called Alina. I was like, Alina, and actually back in the day, the average was 309 for executives. So I was like, Alina, I'm missing $109 out of my check. Like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, that's just average. So once she told me that when you really look at the amount of volume that you have, that's when you can kind of guarantee your check and see how much it's going to be. Then that's what's going to help. So for example, when I went executive, I had 1943 in volume, but then I even had 447 in personal bonus volume. So, and I still had a $200 check. So once she told me that it was the volume, I said, okay, all right. So when I go Ruby, I'm going to make sure, you know, my volume is good. So once I went Ruby, I made sure that, you know, I had a good amount of volume just so that I can get a over average check. So I think the average Ruby is $4.97. And back in the day, I believe it was $5.99. So I was like, you know what? Forget that. I need my volume to be high. So even just looking at my personal bonus volume, I don't even know how I even did that back in the day. So just looking at that, that just kind of gives you a figure. And then also retail helped a lot too. So when some people say like, oh, I'm about to get a retail customer, I'm like, don't get mad or upset because they pay us so much more than a LC. And it's because the retail customer is getting full price. So they're paying us more for that. So yeah, just kind of showing you how it breaks down for, especially for the newbies who haven't received a check, just to show you, you know, how they break it down and how they pay us. And of course, you can always click in there and see how they broke it down to give you $87.70 for that enroller bonus, and then the levels and stuff like that. And then it shows you who is paid at what level, things like that. So you won't have to guess, like, how did they pay me that? You know what I mean? So yeah, hope this was nice and quick and easy. What about us struggling on both ends, DT and LCs? We're going to pray over that. But no, I mean, I seriously think that in this certain season, I always call it, you know, boom season, because one, we are in this huge season of everyone. I mean, I can't scroll down my timeline without seeing someone post and say that they have a cruise coming up, or, you know, time is coming as far as, you know, the summertime and just things like that. So every time I see someone post that, I'm commenting, like, you're not gonna, you know, go past me. I'm not gonna go past you. And I see you commenting about summertime fine, or I'm gonna look like this, I'm like that. Even if it's just a little laughing emoji, if you're making a joke about it, I'm still going to say something to you, because that's like you're crying for help. Not, I mean, you don't have to literally be crying for help, but just to say it in general. So yeah. Do I have any other questions before we call it a night? Okay, well, I guess no questions.
So Audrey, how do you get LCs?
I don't think Audrey heard you. Okay, say it again.
So Audrey, how do you get LCs? Love you, Audrey.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
I said thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
But all right, I didn't want to keep you guys long. Just if you had any questions about that, and I did record this just so that people could understand it and see and come back to it, and just kind of understand how important it is for the conversation. Stop it. How the compensation plan is truly lucrative when you go and look at it. All right. Say good night.
Bye, Audrey.
Bye-bye. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Stop. Audrey, you have me like not click.